Good afternoon. This is a meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Today is March the 7th, and can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Jose Tellez,
Present.
Carlos Flores, George Beckelheimer,
Present.
Raul Ugalde, Erasmo Villarreal,
Present.
Johnny Narvaez. Present. Abraham Lugo. Present. Daniel Lopez. Jorge Dominguez. For the record, Mr. Chairman, you do have quorum.
I did get a call from Commissioner Dominguez that he was going to be tied up in a business meeting, to please excuse him, so we can have a motion.
Yes, sir.
I didn't hear from anyone else. Did anybody else
I'm aware.
indicate that they were not going to make the meeting for whatever reason? No? Okay.
We move to excuse.
Yes. Jorge Dominguez, he's the one that asked.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Can everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item that we have is a consideration of the approval of the minutes of the meeting of February the 15th and the February the 20th.
Mr. Chairman, you should have a revised version of the minutes at your desk.
We do have the ones for February the 15th.
That's correct, sir.
Mr. Chairman, do we take them one at a time?
We can take them one at a time, we can take them both, whichever y'all wish to do.
Make a motion to approve both meetings, minutes for meetings on February 15th and February the 20th, 2019.
Second. A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. The next item that we have is, request for review and consideration of the master plan of Santa Elena subdivision. The intent is residential and commercial. This is 219 acres, 219.4 acres. It's located, south of Don Camilo Boulevard and west of, US Highway 83. This is a 961 lot development and it is zoned AG and B1. The proposed action is approved subject to the following comments from planning, from traffic safety, from parks and leisure, and a notice of development from planning. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, both the traffic department and the utilities department did submit additional comments, which should be in front of you.
All right, thank you.
So are these, would this be utility comment 1 and then traffic comment 4?
That's correct.
Well, I think on the traffic, what I'm reading here is that
Or 4 and 5?
Falsata should be 80-foot right of way, is a collector and it needs an 80-foot right of way. That comment is on there already?
Yeah, that one's already done.
Yeah.
So it's just the additional comment that they made.
The only other thing that's not on there is that they also recommend connecting it to Cuernavaca, north to south.
I'm so sorry. Is this 6A?
Yes.
Yes.
This is 6A. There's additional comments on in front of you that were submitted late, I guess.
Those 2
Sure, sure.
pages.
Okay. All right, Mr. Nance.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Wayne Nance, Portis Nance Engineering. We're here to, we went through all of these comments. We agree with them except for item number 7, which corresponds also to traffic item number 2, and also the new traffic item number 4 that you spoke of. Utilities new comment, we have no problems with. That's just part of the plating process. The widening of Faculdad to 80 feet is very problematic for us, and I'd like to go over why, if you have a moment to hear us out. As you know, in 2017, can I have this overhead?
Yes.
All right. 2017, the city passed a comprehensive plan. In the comprehensive plan, you outline your collectors, your arterials, and all the expectations that you had. This updates that long-range thoroughfare plan that used to be over there. If you look at so this is a very, very new plan that the traffic department reviewed, the city reviewed, and this is what they approved, and this is what they go by. Whenever you zoom into this area, okay, we use this to design. When you go into our area, our subdivision is right here in the yellow, okay? We're acknowledging You see this blue collector that's sticking out in the end? We have put an 80-foot collector in the master plan, it's still there. What they're asking for is an extension of this red line that terminates at 83, okay? They're asking for that to also be upgraded as a collector. It is not in the master plan. This is a 2017 master plan. We're following the city rules. So this is, in our opinion, an unnecessary upgrade. There's also, you'll see a little bit of wisdom in this. If you think like TxDOT. TxDOT doesn't want lights every 100 feet, neither do we. You can see there's some wisdom in the spacing that you see throughout the city and how far they want them apart. They don't want too many large streets. So, and this can even be seen briefly here if you want to see what this looks like with an aerial. We already have, I'll talk about this in a minute, an upgraded street in our opinion here. We are recognizing the collector that the comprehensive plan shows in Alma Mater. They're asking for an extra one here. It's not there. It's not in the comprehensive plan. I don't think that their city, there's no reason. It was recently reviewed. However, with that said, if you look at our master plan, all we would really have to put there is a local street. But we do recognize that this is a crossover point. We recognize that this is a crossover point. So we propose, and what's on there, instead of a 50-foot local street, we have already a 60-foot street that's gonna have a 40-foot street, a wider street already planned in that area. No frontage, okay? So there's not houses gonna be fronting this. So you're gonna have good traffic circulation already, a safety thing taken care of. Also a 40-foot street, okay? If they want to add that center lane for continuous left turn lanes to make it even safer, that's always an option in a 40-foot street because you can get 2 lanes and then a center turn lane. And we have volunteered at this intersection, we met with planning on Tuesday to upgrade this section to a 4-lane street so that we could have some good storage at Interstate 83. So we're making a really safe environment. An upgrade to this tank street is just unnecessary, and we just don't agree with it. And we hope that you feel the same way. The brand new, that takes care of, it was planning item number 7 and traffic item number 2. The last one, the brand new one that traffic brought up, they want a 3rd north-south collector at this point, okay? That's 3 bridges. I mean, they're just not recognizing expense at all. And by this time, we're so close to the river, we don't see any benefit in that because people are gonna generally head in a north and east direction to get to 83. I mean, what's that gonna do? Accommodate this very limited amount of people on this side and the expense of a bridge? I mean, this is a major outfall here. So we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars to just put a bridge that's just whimsically assigned as something that, that would make the world a better place. We just don't agree with that one. And so we think that these 2 bridges that we already have provide ample north-south connectivity. We've put a lot of thought into this. I mean, months and months of thought into this. So we want it to be safe. We agree with all the other comments, but we think that this is an amply safe local street, local collector-style street, and we feel that these 2 are adequate. So again, we accept all the comments except for planning item 7, traffic item 2, and their new item 4, and we hope that you feel the same way that we do, and I'll accept any questions that you have.
Let me ask you a quick question. The proposed 80-foot right-of-way that they're asking for, between both, the one that's already there, which is Alma Mater, and the other one, what is the approximate distance, more or less?
From here
From-
to,
From one to the other? From Alta Mara,
from this proposed one to
Yeah.
Cielito Lindo,
Yeah,
I believe that those are usually about 20, it's like a porcion, which is usually around about half a mile.
about a half a mile.
Yes, sir.
But what about the one that is up there, the red, between the red and what you were proposing to do as a collector, which is Alma Mater?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to measure it, but it's obviously half the distance of these 2, so probably just over 1,000 feet. I mean, that's just an
3
unnecessary.
city blocks, a little over 3 city blocks. Okay.
And granted, and I repeat myself, we're putting in technically, in my opinion, all I need to do is put in a local. We're
And you got a
upgrading.
60-foot right of way that you're proposing up there.
60-foot right of way,
Yeah.
40-foot
Okay.
street. I mean, we're doing a good job out there.
I have one other question for you. I know that you gotta cross a drainage channel, I believe it is, right, or creek or something.
For that new comment, that's correct.
What is the width of that, creek or channel or whatever, more or less?
It looks like it's about 80 feet.
Okay. That's, okay,
It-
all right.
It's 50, no, you know what? It looks like it might say
That's 50.
50 foot right of way.
50.
Yeah, 50-foot drainage.
Still,
So the size of a street.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of boxes. Underneath a highway is a box culvert, not just pipe, you know.
All right.
So,
Does anybody from the commission have any questions for the engineer?
I do.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, what were the rationales given to you about the 80-foot right-of-way? And is it literally because that's what we asked? There must have been some logic
We
provided.
took
or-
the time to meet with planning on Tuesday and shared our concerns. They went and spoke with the traffic department, I understand. And not only did they come back with, we still want it, I don't understand the rationale, but they threw in an extra bridge too. So they did not give me an explanation.
And the extra bridge explanation, none given either?
They want extra north to south connectivity.
Okay.
That's-
Well, can we call somebody up from traffic? Maybe they can give an answer.
Nay Castro from Traffic. Do you have any question?
Yes. George, you wanna go ahead and ask a question?
Yours was the 80-foot right-of-way question and not the bridge question.
80
Both.
foot right away?
Both? Both for traffic?
Both, yeah.
Yes, we just want to understand, well, because the developer doesn't understand, or the engineer, why the request to upgrade beyond what he believes to be current code. What is the rationale to,
It's better to have more connections in case there's an accident or in case there's a street that is closed. It's better to have more connections than only one. I understand that the reason they don't want to do it is because there's a channel, and I think that's their reason. But for us, it's like we prefer to have more connections. Like me personally, a lot of times have to travel. Let's say that there's a street and you can travel just 5 minutes to get from one point to another one. But sometimes, since there are not connections, it takes you more than 20 minutes to get from one point to another one because of the lack of connections.
That's on the bridge, that, you're talking about that crossing,
About
right?
the bridge. And then about the 80-foot right away, pues we know that that's gonna be one of the main streets, and we anticipate that there's gonna be a lot of traffic going in this street. And I believe that's gonna be also phase 1, right? So most people are gonna be using that street first than the other one. Has the 80-foot right away.
I have one follow-up question. So I hear that you said that it's better to have more connections, but apart from that, like, is there a specific formula to the population that you're suggesting that it's needed? Other than it's better. I get that it's better, but what formula did you, or are y'all using that one bridge is good enough, 2 bridges is good enough? What is, like, at what point do you find the actual answer that 1 is good, 2 is good, 3 is good?
Yeah, we don't have any formula and we don't have any answer. We just do for what our experience tells. And like me, my experience is like most of the times here in Laredo, when I want to get from point A to point B, I have to travel like a lot of time.
Right.
If there will be more connections, it will be like maybe 5 minutes travel.
But this is like a residential connection, so I don't see, on the map, Mr. Engineer, what is the distance that, from that 3rd bridge to the nearest connection? What distance are we talking about?
It looks like it's probably 600 feet.
600 feet?
It looks like about 2 blocks to me. But from here to here is 250 feet. So you're looking no more than 700 feet from here to here, would be
Yeah.
my estimate.
Okay.
You have to see at the whole perspective of how are these, the ones that are at the very end, are these people going to get to the exits? You have to see all the perspectives, not only like,
Right, well, and
The
my
ones
perspective
closer.
here is that it's a connecting bridge, but it's not an exit, and it's not gonna, like, the exits are to the, to the east. And that connection right there really, I feel, isn't gonna serve the purpose of an exit, if I'm explaining correctly.
There's a point, I think what you're trying to say is there's a point of diminishing returns as you get to the Rio Grande, and we've made that argument before. I mean, you don't take a huge road and tons of connectivity to the dead end of the United States. You want to increase your connectivity as you go out this way. And another point I want to make, as far as connectivity, we have 2 points of connectivity to existing subdivisions up here in the north. We'll be adding a third one here. So this is not their only way out. Regarding the bridge though, yes, adding a bridge here, my argument, Sinayi, is that the general flow of traffic is this way. So more people are gonna be, as you go east, you're gonna get higher traffic. Here, we're serving a very limited round of people here. As you start to move over to this way, these people are gonna be using the eastern bridges. So we're putting a very expensive structure to serve a very limited amount of people. And that's why we disagree with this. And we're talking about a great expense, so, I mean, I would wanna see something in there, you know, that makes that mandatory.
Let me ask Planning Department a question. On our thoroughfare map, what is the distance normally required between collectors?
Oh my God, help me, can I remember? Oh my gosh, I'd have to look it up, I'd have to get it for you.
Okay, that's okay, thank you. Any other questions from the commission?
One
Yes.
other one. So, to the Porras engineer person, please. Sorry. So you made reference to, and we can't see it, that there's a significant collector up north as per that.
Oh, here, I have a good map.
Previous page on your slide. Right.
Oh, very good, thank you. Well, that's the Don Camilo?
Don Camilo is Cielito Lindo, and that's just immediately to our north.
Yeah.
And so if we're gonna have one here, it's just, you can see the spacing and that we have, and we're keeping the spacing alive.
Okay, but, and why do you necessarily have access to Don Camilo? Because that's how the.
There are
line
2
is done.
points of interconnection
Connections here.
in the College Heights subdivision.
Oh, okay.
So as a matter of fact, the majority of people, we believe in phase one, are gonna actually go out there to go hit that light at
Yeah.
Don Camilo.
Yeah.
TxDOT's not gonna have a light at 83 until whenever they determine that it's necessary. We think that if I lived in this neighborhood, I'm going up to Don Camilo, I'm gonna go find that left.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find an intersection, you know, not chance it across 83. So we wanna be realistic. There'll probably be a good intersection here in the future, but TxDOT's not real fond of putting lights
Exactly.
every 1,000 feet. They discourage it. So,
They deny it.
that's our rationale. We think it's solid, and we hope you agree.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nance. Any other questions from the commission members? If not, what are the wishes of the commission?
Make a motion to close public hearing, support staff recommendation, approve subject to the following comments with the excluding comment, traffic comment number 2 and traffic comment number 4. And that's the correspond, yeah, and planning comment number 7.
Okay, all right, let me just,
Oh,
I
and,
want to make
I'm
real
sorry,
clear.
and adding utilities comments?
Adding the utilities
Yeah,
comment.
that was,
Sorry
okay,
about that.
okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. The next item that we have is review and reconsideration of Los Presidentes East Master Plan. The intent is residential and commercial. The purpose of this revision is to reconfigure phases and realign streets. This is a 170-acre tract. It is located west of Concord Hills Development and east of Cuatro Vientos Road. It's a 185-lot development, and it's zoned AG R1, R1A, and B4. The proposed action is approved subject to the following comments from planning and traffic safety, parks and leisure, UISD has a comment here on whether, who's the engineer here? Okay. Come on up.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, the applicant has requested this item be tabled.
I'm sorry?
The applicant has requested this item be tabled.
Six B?
6B.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, just to, utilities also submitted some comments. They should be at your desk.
I guess,
For six B,
Correct.
yes.
I guess I'll make a motion to table the item, and I would imagine the utilities will be added into the packet the next time it comes back.
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Next item is review and consideration of Antler Crossing subdivision master plan. The intent is residential and commercial. It's 124.29 acres. It is located northeast of I-35 and south of San Isidro Parkway. It's a 469 lot development in Zone B4. Proposed action is approved subject to the following comments from planning, from traffic safety, Parks and Leisure. UISD has a comment on there on some connectivity and a notice to developer.
Mr. Chairman, again, utilities submitted additional comments that are before you.
Okay? Howland Engineering.
Evening, Miguel Jimenez for the record, just here to answer any questions you may have.
Are you in concurrence with all the comments?
Yes, we
Okay.
agree with the comments. As far as the UISD comments, we don't really, I think their comments are pretty much addressed. The streets they have an issue with, they're connecting to where they're asking.
I have a question.
Okay, we do have a question here from one of
No,
our.
no, no, it's more of a question, the UIC comment.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Sorry, no, the comment is a question to the engineer.
And that's what he just said?
Yeah.
That there is, yeah, there is connectivity.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? Nope. If not, what are the wishes of the commission?
Motion to close public hearing and approve subject to the following comments.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
And second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries, thank you. The next item is a preliminary consideration of the replat of lots 121 and 122, Block 3, San Isidro Antler Crossing subdivision. And two unplatted tracts of .11 acres and 1.12 acres out of vacated Piazza del Sol, 14.34 acre tract onto San Isidro Southwest Antler Crossing subdivision Phase 2. The intent is residential. This is a 19.36 acre tract. It is located east of I-35 and south of San Isidro Parkway. The 100 lot development, it is Zone B4. Proposed action is approved subject to the following comments from planning, from traffic safety. UISD has some comments and a notice to developer from planning.
Mr. Chairman, utilities has submitted additional comments, and our planning would like to amend our comments by adding comment number 11, which should read, a zone change will be required for the proposed use.
For residential. Okay?
And, pardon me, and they accept those comments?
Um,
Oh,
Should have stayed up here. Yes, we accept, the zone change would be, for what? The amendment?
because you're zoned, I'm sorry,
Before.
you're zoned B4 and it's residential is intent, so
Yes, no.
you need a zone change.
What about the comment from utilities? Have you seen that one? We just got it, so I don't know if you got it.
Yes, yes, we actually met with them, they just didn't have time to provide, formal comments, but we already, are aware of those comments, and we agree.
All right, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the commissioners?
I have one quick question.
Sure.
Ladies, this is that same area that we spoke about last time that had the sewer issue, correct? So that's to be figured out later on, but we're all aware that there's a concern, but there's not a solution yet.
that
No,
correct?
there isn't. They would need to work that out with utilities.
Capacity.
Yeah.
Correct, we know there's an issue, right now, I know we do have, we're going to be able to, hopefully develop phase 1, we have permission from utilities to do that. We know there's an issue, for this area, but we also know that the city is already working on a solution. We actually met with utilities, we discussed. I know they want some assistance from us, from the engineers, and, we're just hoping to get this, past this step, so by the time we do solve this issue, like at the Manadas and the plant, by the time that's up and running, we already have everything set, and we don't have to wait another 3 months or anything for the process.
Very good. Thank you.
All right. What are the wishes of the commission?
I move that we close public discussion and approve with the amended comments by planning.
Second
And
motion.
approve.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Before I go further, before I forget, let the record reflect that Commissioner Carlos Flores and Commissioner Raul Ugalde are present.
Thank you.
All right, the next item that we have is the preliminary consideration of utility trailer plat. The intent is industrial. This is a 10.5 1-acre tract, is located at the north of Muller Memorial Boulevard and west of 1472. This is a one-lot development, it's M1. The tract is located in District 7. Proposed action is approved, subject to the following comments from planning, from engineering, from water and utilities, and a notice to developer from planning.
Mr. Chairman, the applicant has requested this item be tabled.
Table?
Again?
Okay. Motion?
Motion to table.
I don't know if there's
Oh.
You have
somebody,
the citizen comments.
there's some citizens' comments.
Well, I think at this point it would become moot. If the item is gonna be tabled, they'll just have to wait till the item comes back. If that's okay with the people who signed up, we have Vanessa Perez, Myra Montemayor, and Fernando Rodriguez. I'm sorry, I am so sorry, I misread your name. But yes, if they're gonna table the item, would you be, okay?
Mr. Chairman, just to clarify, they are requesting the item be tabled time certain.
That's fine. Time certain is up to them for resubmittal.
Postponed to a certain time.
Postpone.
Okay,
Motion to table to time certain.
all right, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second?
And a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. The next item is El Eden. It's the final consideration of the plat of El Eden subdivision, Unit 16. The intent is residential. Proposed action is approval.
There's, several approvals. Can we take them all at once?
I don't see why not.
I'll make a
We
motion.
have 8A, 8B,
8A all the way to
8C,
10.
9A.
10A is a name change.
Oh, so 8A to 9A,
Right,
right? They're all approvals.
all right, you have,
Make a motion to hear them all at once.
we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
A second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right,
I like to be efficient, Commissioner.
can you, make a motion not to approve?
I like that too.
Sorry?
Make a motion to approve said items.
Second.
Are they on two?
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
Okay.
Item 10A. Consideration of the name change of the replat of, amended plat of Lot 1, Block 1, San Isidro Southwest Phase 2 into San Isidro Southwest Antler Crossing Phase 1. The intent is residential and commercial. The proposed action is approved subject to the following comments from planning.
So moved.
Got a motion? Do we have a second? And a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank
Motion to
you.
adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
No second? Oh, there it is, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you all very much.
Carlos?